Yeah, let's book it. OTB Spreads Prediction Show, where I'm coming to you live, giving you my leans, my takes, and the reason why. All right, we're here. February 21st, Saturday, 6-game slate. I'm ready. Let's get active. Let's get into it. First one up, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Phoenix Suns. They're in Phoenix, Arizona, taking on these Suns. Suns have been sneaky good all year, one of the best teams in the league against the spread, hitting at a high clip. They're going to be without Devin Booker tonight. I think that adds to the reason why I like the Magic in this spot on the money line plus money. Magic are 5-5 against the spread. But the Suns are 27-7 over their last 34 games on the money line, man. They have played really good ball. Their 65% hit rate right around that on that money line win. But man, I really like the Magic here. I feel like the line is wrong and the wrong team's favor, especially without Devin Booker. Banchero seemed to turn the corner before the break. Jalen Suggs is now finally healthy mid-season. Anthony Black's been shooting the ball really well. Wendell Carter rebounded the ball really well in his last game, taking some of that rebounding pressure off of Banchero. I really am looking for a good spot here. I know the Suns have been sneaky good. They've been covering all year, playing really well. They've got Dylan Brooks back tonight off that suspension. But man, give me the Magic on the money line. Let's keep it moving. Next up here, we have a really tricky game, man. This one, the 76ers. All right, next up, we have the 76ers going into New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. This, to me, is the trickiest game on the slate because we have a really talented 76ers team here with Tyrese Maxey, in my opinion, a top 10 player in the league, potentially top 5. You can make that argument. I really like Maxey here to score the ball. There's nobody on that team that can guard him. Trey Murphy can't guard him. There's nobody that can guard that guy. But can you make the same argument for Zion Williams on the other side of the ball? They don't have anybody that can guard Zion down low. They're without Embiid tonight. It's looking like they're without Kelly Oubre. So who's going to be that interior guy that's going to be able to match the athleticism and the size of Zion Williamson? Zion could be the X factor tonight, but it depends on what Zion we get that shows up. This is truly a 50-50 game of pick'em, but the problem is the spread is right around -3.5. I feel like this game's more of a pick'em spot at home for the Pelicans, but I can't sway away from my Tyrese Maxey pick. I just can't. I think when you're on the fence in a pick'em game, you got to go with who's the better player here, who's going to win, and in this spot, I don't necessarily love the -3.5 here. If I do play this, I'm going to take the money line at -160, and that's where I'll play it. But if I'm forced to lean aside, I do think the 76ers pull away late and they cover and they win by 5 or 6. But it'll be really close. I think Vegas is spot on with this number. That opening line at -3.5 makes me want to put it on the Pelicans. But the Pelicans are too inconsistent for me. You don't know what you're going to get day to day, and you don't even know what Zion Williamson you're going to get. Give me the 76ers -3.5, and I'm definitely going to sprinkle the money line. So let's get it. Next up. All right, we've got the Grizzlies taking on our Miami Heat. They cashed us big yesterday. They were our play of the day, max play 5-unit wager. We cashed on it, man. Blowout winner, no sweat bet. We needed it after dropping our play of the day the night before on the Knicks. But hey, man, we're bouncing back today with more money in our pocket, finishing the day in profit yesterday, doubling up, getting our money back, finishing with 5 units on the day. So that was nice. And man, we went 6-4 on that YouTube video yesterday as well. We cashed, and if you bet every single play and took my leans on the spreads, you still would have profited. We went 6-4. We didn't blow them out the water by any means and call a perfect slate. You know, Lakers didn't cover their spread. A couple other things didn't go the way we saw it, but we definitely hit on a couple of those plays, man. And definitely on the games that like we weren't as big of fans of, right? Like the Wizards lean and stuff like that. We cashed Wizards 2 days in a row. So, but hey, man, Miami Heat and the Grizzlies, they're going into Miami tonight. Miami looked fantastic in Atlanta. Once again, short trip from Atlanta to Miami. I don't really call that a big travel spot. Grizzlies are going into Miami. But the thing that concerns me here is the Grizzlies are getting 11.5 points. They're getting 11.5. Miami money line, cool. You want to play this in a parlay or something? Take the Miami money line. Miami -2.5, 3.5 on an alt line. On a back-to-back, both 6-4 against the spread over the last 10. I kind of gotta lean here towards the Grizzlies. They actually played pretty well from what we've seen the last couple of times. They've gotten up for these games. They like to push the pace. I think that my only concern here is this. You got a healthy Miami team. Miami loves to push the pace. If the Grizzlies struggle to score the ball, I could see Miami pulling away late and winning by 15, but this plus 11.5 against decent, young, athletic Grizzlies team that I feel like matches up pretty well with their perimeter players, I'm going to have to go ahead and take the 11.5 here and have it in my pocket. I don't absolutely love this play by any means as a straight play, but if you want to parlay this into something or take an alt line, go for it, man. Plus 11.5 on the Grizzlies. I feel like that's just a touch too much. I think this game finishes out around like 113 to 121, something like that, where they stay inside or just right around 10. So I see this being a 10-point winner, and that little point to 2 points extra that they've got Memphis at with that 11.5 is going to come in handy. If this was 9.5, I'd be on Miami all day. Maybe even a flat 10, but yeah, 11.5 feels like too much. Go ahead and give me the Memphis Grizzlies. I'll take them at 6-4 over the last 10 against the spread. Same with Miami. I think this is a spot for the Grizzlies to get up on the road and keep it close, keep it within 10. So yeah, Grizzlies plus 11.5. Let's keep it moving. Here we go. Pistons going into Chicago, playing the Bulls. What do we get here? We've got a Bulls team that is really struggling. They kind of dismantled their team, it felt like, or messed up the chemistry. I don't know. Vucevic was shooting a great clip from three-point this year, nearly 40%, and then they go and move him off, and now he's with the Celtics. I just don't know what to make of this Bulls team anymore. You know, Josh Giddey struggled over the last 2 months to get healthy. Kobe White's been, he hasn't been healthy all year, but the Bulls have a great bench, man. They have one of the best benches in the league, and they did trade some of those pieces away, but this Pistons team is so efficient, it's insane. But my concern here is this. The minus 10.5, it's the hook point that gets me. If I could get a flat 10, I'm going to lay it with the Pistons. Pistons are super talented. They showed us just the other night against the Knicks. This could be one of those spots. They got a day's rest here in between the Knicks game and this one, but it doesn't scare me. It really doesn't. This Bulls team has been really pathetic on defense recently, and this is not a team you want to be bad against on the defensive side of the ball. For the most part, it looks pretty healthy on the Pistons side. They're 6-4 against the spread. And this team is just really solid, man. Like Cade Cunningham, what he showed us against the Knicks the other night, I don't think he comes out and does that, but give me a flat 10 and I'll lay it with the Pistons. I'll go out there and I'll shop around. I'll find me a flat 10 and I'll get it. And if I can, I'll buy it down. Minus 120, minus 130. Doesn't scare me. Give me the minus 110. Give me the minus 10 flat. It's minus 10.5 on FanDuel. I don't love the 10.5 because of the hook point, but I still think they should cover. I see them blowing out the Bulls, winning by 17. All right, my final score prediction, it's going to be 127 to 112. All right, 127 to 112. That's a 15-point lead. Close enough. But all right, let's get it. On to the next. Next up, we've got the Spurs going into, the Kings. Next up, we have the Kings taking on the Spurs in San Antonio. We got our boy Victor. You know I love Victor, man. This team is heating up. They're 8-2 against the spread. They're laying 18 points against this Kings team that absolutely is in full tank mode. They have no talent on that team. It's all old guys. All guys that shit I was playing ball with and against and all this other stuff, man. Like Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan. I remember them cats, man. They, so Cowboys as well. But dude, this is the thing about that team. Great ball players. Hall of Famer in Russell Westbrook. Definitely a great player in DeRozan. He's been great for the league. One of the best mid-range games to mimic if you want to learn how to play mid-range. But I don't know, man. It's just not translating. It's not going to translate to wins. This team's been struggling heavy. It doesn't seem like they're in a rush to get Sabonis on the court as well. He's been off and on all year with the in the games, out the games. I just don't see this as a spot where they can keep up with the Spurs. I'm not scared to lay it. Spurs are going to win big. Spurs, in my opinion, they're going to win 131 to 106. Shit, they may even win bigger than that. Spurs are going to come out and they're going to put belt to ass tonight at home. This is going to be a show for their home crowd. And Victor's going to put on. Victor might go for, 30 and 14 tonight. I mean, the guy's going to go off. I think Victor has his way tonight, and it's going to be a home game where they show out for their crowd. There's always those games when at home where you play the scrubs, and it's almost like a Harlem Globetrotters game where they're just showing out and doing any and everything for the home crowd. This feels like one of those games, you know. And I used to be a season ticket holder for the Washington Wizards. And I remember those John Wall days when I was a season ticket holder. And I remember the years as well, back when I used to be a season ticket holder, where they were a shit team. Back before they had that like really good 2015 run with Gortat and Beal and Wall and all them boys. There was that little run right there. But before that, you know, they were pretty rough. And I can remember getting courtside tickets to the opening night on 76ers, right behind the 76ers bench. I want to say this was back in like 2013, and I was able to grab those tickets for like $200. And back then I wasn't even making any money, dude. I was working in a restaurant, like, you know what I mean? I was just young dude, you know, trying to get it. I might have been 21 at the time. So, but yeah, I mean, I had those $200 tickets courtside. I felt like the fucking man. Next year, I'm finding any way possible to get season tickets, and I held them for the next 3 years. And I watched the team grow. It was cool. But I guess where I was going with that was I can remember the games where the Wizards would just show up against some of these other teams that were ass, and they would just put on a show, especially once they started getting a little bit better. And I feel like that's the type of game this is. There's certain games where in the NBA, any team can compete any given night because they are still professionals. This feels like one of those games where you bought the tickets and you're going to get a really good show. You're going to get to see Keldon Johnson, Victor, Stephon Castle, all them boys show up. From what I'm seeing on the injury report, everybody's healthy. It's going to be a full go. But let's just hope it doesn't get to be a blowout too early. We want to see that blowout come after halftime, up 10 at the half, and then they blow them out by 15, 16 late in the third and the fourth. And then, you know, halfway through the fourth, then the big dogs come off the court. So we don't want to see anything like the Nuggets last night, where they were just belt to ass from the tip, and by the third quarter, everybody was shut down. So, but yeah, man, that's where I'm at. Give me a minus 18 on the Spurs. Hate saying and laying that big of a number, but man, I think Spurs put belt to ass. Let's keep it moving. Last game of the night on our slate. Last game of the night on the slate. You've got the Rockets going into Madison Square Garden. And these Knicks have been dogs at home. I know we had them on play of the day, spot play coming off the break, everybody healthy. Not everybody. They were without Miles McBride, and OG was not supposed to play but ended up playing. My guess is he's going to play tonight. And if they roll out that lineup again, I think they have their way. I think they win. They cover the spread easy. What I'm seeing around on the books right now is minus 2.5 Knicks. That's the number I'm recommending you guys lay, minus 2.5 with the Knicks. They're 7-2 or 7-3 against the spread over the last 10. Rockets are 2-8. Rockets have lost majority of their games on the road. They've been a terrible road team. The Knicks have played fantastic at home all year. It does not scare me to lay these points, honestly. Their offensive rating for the Knicks, they've been really productive right before the break. Recently, they haven't been shooting the ball that well. Neither have the Rockets. Both of them are shooting around 35% from three. And that's really when you see the Knicks win these games blowout-wise, it's shooting the deep ball. And if you want my opinion, I think the team that has the higher upside to get hot from deep right now is going to be the Knicks. And I think the team that has the better ability to score interior is the Rockets. And I think right now on shooting insights, if you look at that data, the Rockets have the edge there. But I'm going to have to ride with the win probability here. And the win probability is telling me it's the Knicks all day on the money line. And they're definitely going to cover minus 2.5. So give me the minus 2.5 on the Knicks. That's where the line opened, and that's the right line. The 3.5, you're overpaying. You're paying the markup. I don't love the minus 3.5. I like the minus 2.5 on the Knicks. That's where I'm at, guys. And that's the last game of the night. I think these guys bounce back. It's a spot play at home, just like the other night. I don't believe Rockets is easy money. I just don't. Bridges, OG, Towns, you name it. You got Jalen Brunson, the best, I say best point guard, but you got SGA out there. And you also got Maxey. But Brunson's phenomenal. And yeah, they got Amen Thompson, who plays great D. They got Şengün going. But Şengün and Karl Anthony Towns is a perfect matchup for each other. You know what I mean? That the physicality, I think, of Detroit kind of maybe punched the Knicks in the mouth the other night. You're not going to have that physicality with the Rockets. Rockets are inconsistent. This might be a good game. I think this game finishes out around 108 to 112. I think you know, it's a 4-point win for the Knicks ultimately, and they do cover that -3.5. But it's going to be close. It's going to be sweaty. But yeah, I'll have a little bit of money sprinkled on this one. But that's where we land. That's where we stand, guys. And that's the slate. We ran through it, and that slate kind of looks like this, man. You want to rock a little parlay with me? I appreciate you being here and watching the video. So if you want to rock a parlay with me, let's go Orlando Magic on the alt line +6.5. Let's go 76ers money line. Let's go Miami Heat money line. Let's go San Antonio Spurs -11. Detroit Pistons on the money line, and then the Knicks on the money line. That gives us a nice little +600 parlay. Nothing crazy, not getting greedy. And we kind of eliminate some of those concerns on the spreads other than the Spurs and the Magic. And I think the Magic will win outright, like I said, on the money line. And I do think the Spurs will cover -18. But just in case the Kings get a little backdoor cover because the bench guys come in and do well, I'm going to go ahead and alt that down to -11.5. And why not take the +6.5 if we can buy that up a little bit and keep value at the same time. But yeah, man, that's where we're at. Hope you found this information useful. It's another day of OTB Spreads Prediction Show. We absolutely crushed the books last night, cashing parlays, cashing our premium teaser, cashing our lock of the day, POTD. Miami absolutely crushed it for us. We're looking to do the same again today. POTD is on college basketball. Guys, if you ever want my premium plays, all you have to do is go to my Instagram, go to the link in the bio, be involved in my Telegrams or my chats. I post these links all over the place. Just go to my Instagram. I'll start loading it up here on YouTube as well. I will have the link in this video, so just go down to the bottom there. I just got to do some type of verification thing that I haven't bothered to do yet. So as soon as I get that done, you'll start seeing those links here in the videos as well. Last thing I ask you to do, if you're not subscribed, subscribe for better, BETR, better bets, better plays, man. They are giving away a free pick on Sean Strickland today for UFC. So if you like to bet UFC, you get a free pick as a new user. And they give you a free $10 to sign up, new user bonus. So go ahead, use that, sign up, lock in. Let's book the one way. Let's cash. See you next time.